Welcome to Superdude, the channel. This is Superdude. We're watching the Brazilian 2023 Formula 1 Grand Prix. We have Max Verstappen starting at first, second Charles Leclerc in his Ferrari. In third, I believe, who is that? Oh, that's Lance Stroll. Oh yeah, Lance Stroll qualified third, didn't he? Lance Stroll qualified third on Friday. They had sprint yesterday. They qualified third. Alonso's in fourth. Lance Stroll will not stay in third. I can promise you that. That's the only guarantee that I can give you is Lance Stroll will not stay in third, and he will not stay in the top three. I know it's very harsh to say this, but it's just he is just not that guy. He is not that guy. Unfortunately, Fernando Alonso will most probably outposition Lance Stroll. So whether or not Fernando Alonso will pass Lance Stroll, I'm not sure, but Lance Stroll will not be able to hold on to his position. He's just not that person that's going to do it. That does not mean he can not have a good day today. It just doesn't mean that his qualifying position is representative of his finishing position, where he will finish this race. I'm just being honest with you. If you are a Lance Stroll fan, unfortunately, all the Canadian fans of Lance Stroll, I apologize. That's just the reality. You have to work in the confines of the reality. And I can promise you now, one of the McLarens are definitely going to make a move up into third place. Or should I say podium position. They might not get the podium position, but the McLarens will be, in some point in this race, one of the McLarens will be in the top 3 position. After pit stops, after whatever happens, I am thoroughly positive that that's going to be the case. So yeah, we're about to get the race started. First, I have to do the they have to do the formation lap. I almost forgot that word and then I saw it on screen. So it's called the formation lap. There's 2 strategies, but all of them are 2 stops. 2 stops, soft, medium, and soft, or soft, medium, medium. I would guess that Red Bull will probably love to go with soft, medium, soft, and I would probably guess that most cars, most of the top drivers will go with soft, medium, soft. But I would not be surprised if there will be a safety car that'll put people on medium strategies instead of soft strategies. Majority soft strategies. We have to wait and see. 30th anniversary, final win at Interlagos. So it's the 30th anniversary of Ayrton Senna's final win at Brazil. I thought it was a different anniversary. I thought it was the Formula 1 being held there for 30 years. Formation lap and Charles Leclerc crashes his car? Charles Leclerc crashes into the barriers and it's a formation lap? What did he do? Yeah, he's got damage to his car. He's driving his car, but his front wing is destroyed, basically. I don't understand. How did he do that? It's a formation lap, bro. He lost the hydraulics. He lost the hydraulics. Warming tires and then his hydraulics. Damn, that's bad, huh? He kept saying that he's bad luck. Why does he have to have so much bad luck? Damn, dude. That is bad. That is really bad. Can you imagine? Charles Leclerc legitimately crashes into a barrier because of his car's hydraulics deciding to seize up, and now he's out of the race. He didn't actually complete a race lap. That is insane to me. I think it's going to be stalled, right? Damn, they still went on racing. There's no delay in the start. It's about to get started racing. No one is on the second place. No one's on the second position. We've got the McLaren is already attacking Stroll. McLaren is up to third. McLaren is up to second. We've got Haas crashing out of the race. We've got a McLaren in second place. Who is that? The safety car is coming out immediately, but there's a McLaren already in second place, dude. Safety car, okay, fine. Slow down the car. Slow down, cars. Okay. This is insane, dude. No, it doesn't mean that because it's Max Verstappen he would have kept that position. The commentator is completely out of his mind, man. Anything could have happened at the start. He could have had a bad start and he wouldn't have held on to first position. The commentator is a complete idiot. Apologies if I'm coming off as rude, but damn, man, the two horses crashed each other out. Both of the horses crashed each other out. Talk about. Oh, wait. Williams as well, huh? That is Albon. That's Albon. Albon's car is destroyed by. Oh, yo, his car is completely destroyed. Albon's car is completely destroyed. What exactly happened? So, because there was. Yeah, Norris. So it's Norris. The McLaren is Norris. How did... I don't understand how the Williams... It's so hard to know what exactly happened. It seemed like someone crashed into Albon. Okay, now we're on board with Albon. So let's see if he started a crash. So a Haas is in front of Albon. Oh, I see. Yeah, the Haas was squeezed. It's basically the exact same thing that happened to Leclerc. It's the same thing that happened to Leclerc in Mexico. The only difference is Leclerc could continue the race. He didn't get completely destroyed. Okay, let's see. On board with Ocon. Let's see what he could see. Yeah, I almost feel that Magnussen caused that accident, dude. I believe Magnussen caused that accident, squeezed him. That is so unfair, man. Dude, that tire was all over the place. Is that tire cut? A rear tire is just rolling all the way down. Such a menacing scene. You just see this tire just going all the way down, jumping as it moves down, but it's slow. It's slow, but very, very animated wheel. Did it damage Daniel Ricciardo's car? Red flag. It's a red flag. So why is Piastri in the pits? Why is it not safe to continue? Why is Oscar Piastri's car not safe to continue? Why is your car not safe to continue, Oscar? I think Leclerc is trying to get back into his car, dude. If I am not mistaken, but the problem with Leclerc's car is if his hydraulics seized up, his car is basically a piece of it's just a heavy paperweight, you know, massive paperweight, but a heavy paperweight that can't do anything. But he could roll it. Maybe he hopes that the team can fix it when he's in the pits. So red flag means that everybody can actually. Now Oscar is gonna try, and their team is gonna try and see if they can repair Oscar's car, because they didn't expect there to be a red flag. So they first wanted to retire the McLaren, and now they say, okay, wait, let's see if we can fix the car. Like, that accident is 100% Magnussen, right? Right? Am I right or am I wrong? So Norris is made of 4 positions. So positions as it stands right now: Verstappen first, Norris second, Hamilton third, Alonso fourth. These positions might change because, remember, a red flag. If a lap has not been completed, the positions will be as it should be from the start of the race. So qualification positions. So Verstappen first, Norris second, Hamilton third, Alonso fourth, Stroll already in fifth, sixth Russell, seventh Perez, eighth Carlos Sainz, ninth Ocon, 10th Yuki Tsunoda, 11th Gasly, 12th Bottas, Zhou Guanyu 13, Logan Sargent already in 14. That's 5 places for Logan Sargent. Good. But then again, Hulkenberg is in a crash. Piastri got some damage. Ricciardo seems to also have some damage. Magnussen out, Leclerc out, Albon out. Good job from Lando, but did they complete a lap? Did they complete? Yeah, they completed 3 laps. Okay, sorry, I'm not focusing. They have completed 3 laps, so the positions will be as it was when they got the red flag. So Verstappen will start in first, Norris will be in second, Hamilton third, Alonso in fourth, Stroll fifth, Russell sixth, Perez seventh, Carlos Sainz eighth, Ocon ninth, Yuki Tsunoda 10th, Gasly 11th, 12th Bottas, Zhou Guanyu in 13th, Logan Sargent 14th, Hulkenberg 15th, Piastri 16th, Ricciardo 17th. Let's see if Piastri's team can fix his car in time for the Grand Prix start after the red flag. If you just joined this live stream, the Grand Prix started, and immediately at the start there was basically a pile-up. 3 cars, total 5 cars got damaged at the start. 3 cars are basically, 2 cars are completely wiped out. Leclerc's car wiped itself out. It had a hydraulic failure at the formation lap, which means he didn't even complete one racing lap. So Leclerc is like running back and forth to his car. I'm not sure why. So yeah, Magnussen, I believe Magnussen caused the issue. Now, of course, the FI will have to investigate that. I'm going off of what I'm seeing. I'm seeing Magnussen squeezing Hulkenberg into Albon. That's what I saw. And we will have to wait to see what will happen. But as far as I know, that is a Magnussen issue. And remember, he took out his own teammate Hulkenberg as well. So there probably won't be any action taken towards him. But I would say from a personal, from a career perspective, that'll definitely influence his position at the Haas Grand Prix. His position at Haas will definitely be in jeopardy at Haas because that is an unnecessary issue, an unnecessary mistake. You didn't have to take out your own teammate. You didn't have to be so close to your own teammate. So that's pretty crazy. Yeah, so I don't think there will be any issue. There will be no... no, that is Albon that had a mess. Yeah, we just have to wait and see what's gonna happen, man. But personally speaking, I'm having a very hard time thinking that Magnussen... Okay, as far as I know, they are confirmed for next year, right? I don't know what... Look here, I feel that Mick Schumacher did some shady stuff, dude. That is my... Like, I'm completely talking out of my ass when I say that, and I do apologize for that word, but I believe that Mick Schumacher knew he was about to lose his seat in Formula 1, and I believe he believed he needed to slow Magnussen down, and what that meant, and what could have happened for him, and what he did to slow down Magnussen, only he knows. Damn. Yeah. The funny thing is he's trying to take the outside, so he can't do anything. Yo, his wheel was destroyed already, huh? Yeah, we're just seeing onboard shots from Albon. Onboard shots from Albon, and I'm telling you, man, his car was destroyed even before he could take the first turn. I don't know, man. I think it's Magnussen, right? He squeezed Hülkenberg into... Like, he literally went in front of Hülkenberg, as if his main goal was to stop Hülkenberg. And because he's literally squeezing Hülkenberg, and you have Albon on the outside of Hülkenberg, you have three cars, right? It's three cars. So is Magnussen on the left, in the middle Hülkenberg, and then on the right side, which is close to the wall, you've got Albon. So Hülkenberg goes from the left, goes in front of Hülkenberg, pushing him into Albon. And then Albon basically is just a passenger. His car is basically as soon as Hülkenberg touches him, his car is destroyed. That's the type of force that was, generated into Albon's car from Magnussen pushing Hülkenberg into Albon. Now, of course, he didn't do that on purpose. He did it in such a manner that he had no regard for where Hülkenberg is and not being concerned where Albon is in relation to Hülkenberg. So first of all, Magnussen assumed there was no one on the outside of Hülkenberg. He assumed that. And for that to be an assumption and for him to get it wrong means that he's guilty. He is guilty because, first of all, he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to be so aggressive and basically cut in front of Hülkenberg and forcing him into Albon. He didn't have to do that. He decided to make Hülkenberg his problem, a problem he needed to push behind him. And to push behind him, he needed to use force. And that's exactly what happened. He used force to get Hülkenberg, and unfortunately, the force he used was at the most stupid time that you could possibly imagine. And unfortunately, it has to count against him, man. It has to. The only problem is I feel that Magnussen, I feel, is a victim. I feel when Mick Schumacher understood that his position is in jeopardy last year, when Mick Schumacher realized that he might no longer be in Formula One, I feel that he did something, man. And only Mick Schumacher will know what the hell he did, bro. I'm telling you now. So I feel Magnussen is a victim. And his situation happened long before him and Hülkenberg were teammates. And I feel that is sad, man. That is sad. Because you cannot be such a good driver. Because he's a naturally good driver. You can't lose all your driving ability the way that Magnussen has. It's impossible. So I feel that there's some foul play there, man. That is my opinion. You might agree with me, you might not agree with me, but I feel there's something there, and I feel that something happened before Hülkenberg between Magnussen and Mick Schumacher, and Mick Schumacher understood that he was about to get fired, and he tried to slow down Magnussen by any means possible. What that entails and what that means, that is the issue. That is what we don't know. And that's pretty sad, man. So personally speaking, we will have to wait and see, but I think Magnussen is a victim here, man. I don't think he should be in Formula One, but I ultimately feel sad because I feel like something happened, something disgusting happened, that someone did something towards Magnussen specifically, to put themselves in a better position, not realizing that they will never be able to there would be no point to what they're doing, the damage that they're doing. That's my opinion. You might agree with it, you might not agree with it, but that is what I feel. So I feel bad for Magnussen. I really feel that Magnussen is a skilled driver. Unfortunately, I don't think he will be that same driver that we know. And that is a problem. That is the sad part, unfortunately. And, I think it's time for Haas to move on. They have Hülkenberg, now they need to move on. That's what I feel. Could be wrong, I could be right, but we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, so we were just waiting for the race to start. If you don't know, there was a massive crash at the start. Unfortunately, there was a crash between the Haas's, so Magnussen, Hülkenberg, and Williams Albon. Albon's car is completely destroyed, dude. So they red flagged it because they need to clear the track, they need to clear the cars, they need to clean the track as well. They need to fix the barriers. And now we're waiting. Yes, also Leclerc is out of the race. Unfortunately, his car had a hydraulic issue. He didn't even complete the formation lap, and his car had a hydraulic issue. So the Ferrari has got some serious mechanical issues. They can't even race the car. So will Piastri still be able to race? Will Piastri still be able to race? I'm guessing no, but I don't know. Piastri's car was also damaged, it seems, and we don't know if he's also going to race. We have to wait and see. Just have to wait and see. 10-minute signal has been given, so there's 10 minutes left before the race starts. 10 minutes left before the race starts. They're actually the McLaren. So Oscar Piastri's car is still in pieces, dude. Are they actually going to start that car? Put it on the race? I don't know. We have to wait and see. Are they still going to start the race? The Piastri race? I don't know. We have to wait and see, man. We have Leclerc doing interviews already. His race is done. Pretty sad, man. I think Charles Leclerc needs to come to terms with the fact that him and Ferrari is not going to win a championship. He needs to get out of that team. He needs to get into a different team. Hopefully, a big team, a strong, fast team, a fast car, a powerful car that can give him wins. But I think him and Ferrari, I think he's just got the worst luck possible. that's just my observation. I could be completely wrong, man. I could be completely wrong, but I just feel like Charles Leclerc and Ferrari is never gonna win a championship together. Unfortunately, I think it's him at this point. I don't know why. I just like I think with all the races that he's been, you know, especially last year. Last year he had so much promise of winning races. He even made mistakes that you could see as his mistakes. So personally speaking, I would say Charles Leclerc. It might just be him and Ferrari combined. That duo just doesn't work, unfortunately, it seems. Yeah, so the tire did break his wing. Yeah, it did. Whoa, that's a very heavy hit. So the tire did damage Ricardo's back wing, rear wing, should I say? Bend this clutch. So Carlos is already complaining about his clutch. If you don't know, Carlos is driving a Ferrari. So Carlos is already saying there's a the clutch that they're using on the Ferraris. They need to stop using it. He's already making a formal complaint, and that's on the radio. And then the team is like, "Please, we can speak. We can talk about this later." Gasly, whoa. Okay, so we have 6 minutes. 6 minutes, the race will start in 6 minutes. Unfortunately, this will be Magnussen's crash will be deemed a racing incident because remember he retired himself. But I do feel that Magnussen is guilty there. But I honestly, if I have to be there, if I have to put my conspiracy hat on, unfortunately, I feel that Magnussen is a victim here. Magnussen is a victim here because of what his previous teammate did last year. I really believe that. That's my honest feedback. I'm not even pretending, dude. I'm being very serious. So I think Magnussen is unfortunately a victim. How even though I say he's a victim, I believe he's guilty of what happened. Like if we take what happened, he is guilty. But I've already said why I believe he's a victim, so I'm not gonna rephrase that. I don't think it's necessary for me to dive into that. Because in the next 5 minutes we will have the race started, and we will find out if Lando Norris can actually take the fight to Verstappen. Because Lando Norris should have learned what he needed to learn yesterday. Lando Norris should have the information he needed to have to know what he could do and where he can attack Verstappen today. So we will see if Lando Norris has actually learned something. Excuse me, I'm burping. Lando Norris we will find out exactly. We will find out exactly what Lando Norris is going to do and how he's going to do it. But I feel Lando Norris is the best guy to be able to attack Verstappen. Do I honestly believe he's going to beat Verstappen? No, of course not. But do I think he could be the best guy to make a move on Verstappen? Absolutely. Lando Norris is the best possible driver on the grid right now today that can show us how to possibly pass Verstappen. He is the best guy that can do it. And I would not be surprised if he passes Verstappen in this next restart. So within the next 3 minutes, we will find out if Lando Norris has made the calculations in his head, did the whole Infinity Stone thing, snapped his fingers, and if he did find a way and did find the weak spot in Verstappen's racing skill that he could attack, that he could somehow take to his advantage. I believe that's 100% what's going to happen. He will have an advantage, he will get an advantage, and I think we will find out very soon. So I would say McLaren, if the McLaren does not pass him in the first 2 laps, I believe it's done. So in the first 2 laps, if Lando Norris cannot pass Max Verstappen, it's done, it's over. Because even if you think about strategy, even then Red Bull is unmatched. Red Bull is too good. Red Bull will just destroy McLaren when it comes to strategy. McLaren hasn't had to worry about strategy for a long time. Red Bull has already polished their strategy to perfection. They are perfect at strategy compared to McLaren. So when it comes to strategy, McLaren has no chance unless if there's an accident that happens, God forbid an accident happens, and somehow the strategy is in such a way that the accident benefits the McLaren strategy. Then there's a possibility it might end up. But then again, even then, Max Verstappen has the car to pass Lando Norris at the end of the race. Even if it takes him forever, I think Max will always push the car to the limit to pass whoever is in first place. No matter who it is, Max, you can always rely on Max. You can always bet on Max to push to the limits. That's the difference here. That is why people don't understand this. Perez does not push to the limits. He's a married husband. He's a father. He's got kids. He doesn't believe in pushing to the limits. He believes that he needs to be there for his kids. He doesn't want to push the limits. He doesn't want to know what it looks like to push the limits and maybe put your life in danger. He doesn't want to do that. That is not who Perez is. Perez is not that guy. He has given up that situation. He's given up all hope of him ever getting a world championship, no matter who it is. No matter if it's against Lewis Hamilton, if it's against Valtteri Bottas, if anybody has the car that Perez has, he will not be able to compete against those people. Perez is in the car he can do nothing with. It is wasted. That second Red Bull is being wasted. I'm going to be completely honest here. Yes, Perez is a very skilled driver. Yes, he has shown that he can beat Max Verstappen. If you don't believe me, Max Verstappen was beaten by Perez this year in Azerbaijan. He was 100% beaten. Max Verstappen couldn't do a thing to Perez this year in Azerbaijan. He couldn't do a thing. But what do we know about this? Azerbaijan is a city circuit. What do we also know? Azerbaijan is a city circuit and that Perez started the race ahead of Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen had to catch up to Perez. He did a very good job to do so. He was behind Perez all the way until the checkered flag. Perez was the one making sure that Max Verstappen was the one that making sure that Perez knows that he is the one attacking him. Perez could not get away from Max. Ultimately, what I'm trying to say is that, yes, Perez has the skill. He's a very good driver. But unfortunately, all these tracks, the majority of the tracks are not city circuit tracks. So this strong point of Perez doesn't really mean much. Doesn't mean much because guess what? Ultimately, there isn't enough city circuits for you to win a championship with. You have to be good at the tracks that are not city circuits. And that is where he fails. He cannot be good at non-city circuit tracks. And that makes no sense to me, man. How can you drive so fast in a city circuit now? Drive so fast in a city circuit track, which is so dangerous. The walls are so close to you. But you can't drive faster on an open circuit where the walls are not that close to you. It makes no sense to me, man. That just means straight up that his driving skill on normal tracks is very bad compared to what his driving skill is on city circuits. And that is not, and plus couple that with the fact that I just mentioned one important point. He is a father. He is married. He's got a wife. He is not concerned about pushing the limits. He cares about his own livelihood. He does not want to put his own life in danger. And that is also a weakness. And I know I'm saying it's bad. Of course, if you're a father, you have to, be less selfish. We're about to get started here. We're all going onto the grid. They're all slotting into their positions to start the race. So all I'm going to say is that Perez will never be a world championship driver. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. He will never be a world championship driver. Now we've got Daniel Ricciardo going back into the pit. So they took him out and now he's going back to the pit. So it means his car is destroyed. Okay, so we're about to get the race started. Oh, they have to start in the pits. They have to start in the pits because they fixed the cars. Okay, so we're about to get started again. Second race start. Let's see what happens. The race gets started. McLaren is not bad, but Lewis Hamilton right next to Lando Norris. Lando Norris takes back his position from Lewis Hamilton. Remember that they were side by side into second place. Oh, now we've got... That's Russell attacking Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton blocking Russell. Oh no, that is Alonso. Alonso's in third place. Alonso passed... I thought it was Russell for some reason. That's Alonso. Completely forgot about Alonso, man. Alonso passed Lewis Hamilton on the second straight. And now he's in third place. Good job, Alonso. Okay, so here we go. We have Yuki Tsunoda is now side by side with Gasly, and then lost space. So now Yuki Tsunoda lost another place because he went off the track. Hülkenberg. Oh my goodness, please don't crash, Hülkenberg. Please don't crash. So we have position check. Verstappen first, Norris second, Alonso third, Hamilton fourth, Russell fifth, Perez sixth, Lance Stroll seventh, eighth is Carlos Sainz, Gasly ninth, 10, Ocon. So it was Ocon that passed Yuki Tsunoda. Gasly was the next driver that Yuki Tsunoda was supposed to pass. Yuki Tsunoda tried to pass Gasly, couldn't pass him, went a little bit off track, lost space and pace and speed, and then Ocon came back and took his 10th place back from Yuki Tsunoda. Interesting. So Piastri is 1 lap down, Ricciardo is 1 lap down, Logan Sargent is basically in last place. I'm telling you now, Ricciardo and Piastri will retire from this race. Because being 1 lap down means you're basically driving with a massive deficit. Unless if they can somehow... Okay, look here, the only guy that could possibly do this is Piastri. Ricciardo, no, I don't think Ricciardo is going to stay on track for much longer, but Piastri might. They put him on medium tires, so they're probably going to do a one-stop for him. Max Verstappen falls a lap 1 minute 15.7. So Lando Norris is staying within less than 1 second from Verstappen. If you don't know why that's important, DRS is, as I say that, DRS is enabled. DRS is enabled. So Norris is, if he stays within 1 second of Verstappen, he gets DRS, he can keep up with Verstappen. He looks like he's keeping up with Verstappen at the moment. It might be the DRS. I'm just saying. Alonso already 2 seconds behind Lando Norris, which means Lando is staying with Verstappen. He's maintaining that less than a second gap to Verstappen to stay in the DRS. Let's see what Lando Norris can do. Remember, I said the first 2 laps are going to be the most important from the second race start. So unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen. Alonso made a very good move on Hamilton, dude. First he had a bad start and then immediately destroys Lewis Hamilton. And Alonso's like, bro, give me space. I'm coming in if you like it or not. Good job. Good job to Lando Norris for staying in second place, even if the Mercedes was very briefly in second place. And then good job from Fernando Alonso. Lando Norris, fastest lap, 1 minute 14.9. That's a good lap. Lando Norris is staying with Verstappen. Lando Norris is attacking Verstappen, bro. This is going to be a good race for the first 10 laps. For the first 10 laps, it's going to be a good race. And then after that, it might get boring. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to be completely brutally honest here. Verstappen is first, Norris is second. Lando Norris is trying to stay with Verstappen, staying with him. Lando Norris will have the DRS. Open DRS. Let me see it open. It opens here. Okay, it's open. Come on. Oh my goodness. Lando Norris is so close to Verstappen. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy how close he almost went onto the outside because Verstappen purposefully took the inside, knowing that Lando Norris might take that. Will the DRS open on? Yep, the DRS is open again. Here comes Lando. Lando Norris takes on the outside. No, he's not going to pass him. That's a good race. This is good, bro. This is the first time this year that we see someone taking the fight directly to Verstappen. Lando Norris is the first driver this year to fight Verstappen head on, lap by lap. Lap for lap, dude. Fast lap of the race. Oh, he's losing pace. Oh, he's losing pace. Oh, but he still have DRS. I am going to say no, he's not. He's losing the DRS range. Damn, he lost it. He lost DRS range. Dude, that was so good, bro. That's the first time we've seen someone attack Verstappen like that in the race. Good job, Lando. So I said the first 10 laps. Well, it seemed to be the first 9 laps. Because it's now 9 laps. So 9 laps and Lando can't do anything anymore. I think he gave up. I think he destroyed his tires. He's worried about his tires. Dude, he really attacked Verstappen, dude. Do you know how good this is? The way he attacked Verstappen was like no one has ever done that. And no one has like caught up to Verstappen and took the fight to Verstappen. No one has done that. This year, no one has done it. Not in that way. Not in this dominant car that Verstappen is. This non-wounded Red Bull of Max Verstappen. No one has done the way has attacked Verstappen the way that Lando Norris has done that in that car. Very good racing from that. Like that is exactly what I said. I've said this on my Twitter. I've said Lando Norris is the best British driver. The best hope for the British fans. They should stop hoping that copium of Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton area is done. Over and done. Lewis Hamilton is over and done, dude. He had the most dominant car. They can no longer give him the most dominant car. So he will no longer be able to be Lewis Hamilton. Because guess what? His car cannot make up for his lack of skill. That's just the reality. When you get older, you become less capable. That's all I will say. That's all I'm going to say. If you like it or if you don't like what I'm saying, Lewis Hamilton is less capable, unfortunately. That comes with age. That is just the reality. Lando Norris, that is where these British fans should put their hope, and Lando Norris is the best possible guy to do it. Now, of course, Piastri is also the second best, because remember, Piastri is also capable of beating Lando Norris in the same car. So those two drivers we have to watch out for, especially next year, depending on if McLaren builds a proper car and still has a you know, well-performing car, competitive car. We have to wait and see. But first of all, Lando Norris is now falling away. He's 2.4 seconds behind Verstappen. He is no longer going to get that DRS, unfortunately. Sergio Perez is in 6th place. Sergio Perez is trying to pass Russell. Let's face it, Sergio Perez will only pass someone if it's easy to do so. Now, of course, I don't mean to undermine Perez's, you know, gains. What I'm trying to say here is that Perez will not do his best to make the impossible possible. Like, he is not that guy to take a car that is possibly not going to be able to catch up to the car in front and make it catch up to the front. Not the way that Norris did to Max Verstappen the first 3 laps of this restart. So no, that is not who Perez is, unfortunately, and that is what I'm trying to make my point. Yeah, so Alonso is the only guy that might be making a move for 2nd place, Lando Norris. It seems like Lando Norris is trying to nurse his tires for the race. Lando Norris is trying to nurse his tires for the race. Dude, Lando Norris should have said, stuff it. I'm going to try and do anything I can to get in front of Verstappen. And then immediately, as soon as he gets in front of Verstappen, he just slows Verstappen down. He should have been a minister of defense for McLaren. First, he should have attacked Verstappen, passed him, and then just be minister of defense, defend, keep Verstappen, you know, behind you, slow down. But, you know, unfortunately, Verstappen's Red Bull is just that much better, unfortunately. Okay, so right now, position check, Verstappen first, 2.3 seconds in front of Norris. Alonso, 1.7 seconds behind Norris. The best possible opportunity for 2nd place is Alonso trying to attack Norris now, but I don't think it's. I think Norris is just making sure his tires are well kept. So I think if Norris needs to speed up, he will do so. So yeah, so then Hamilton is 3 seconds in 4th, 3.6 seconds behind Alonso in 4th place. Russell is a second behind Hamilton, which means Russell might attack Hamilton for 4th place, depending on what the team orders say. Perez is about to attack Russell for 5th place. So we've got Perez and Russell putting. Okay, Fernando, so we're still on plan A. So Fernando Alonso's team is saying it's just reconfirming that their plan is still going ahead as they've strategized. The strategy is still going ahead as planned. Perez is right behind Russell. Sooner or later, Perez is going to make a move. It will probably be in the next 50 laps. Who knows? Who knows with Perez, man? Stroll is in 7th place. I already called this at the start of the race. I called that Stroll will not be in a podium. I called it. I said it. You can rewind this video. I said that Stroll will not remain in a top 3 position, and that's exactly what happened. Stroll is now in 7th place. Alonso is now in 3rd place. So Alonso just said, you know what? You can go wherever you need to go, but I'm taking your place because you definitely are not the right guy for the job. Then we've got Carlos Sainz in the only Ferrari available on track, the only existing Ferrari, the only Ferrari that's alive on track, in 8th place. Gasly in 9th. 10th, we've got Yuki Tsunoda. 10th place, Yuki Tsunoda. So Gasly might actually attack Carlos Sainz, but Carlos Sainz is attacking Stroll. So 7th place will probably change sooner or later. So you've got Perez making a move on the inside of Russell. He made it. So Perez finally made the move. But now Perez has to defend. Perez has to defend because Russell is coming back at him. And guess what? Russell took the position immediately. Perez says no thank you. And then Russell came back immediately, but unfortunately had to stop. He had to brake because his front wing was almost in the back of that Red Bull. I'm telling you now, Russell will pass that Red Bull. I'm telling you now, Russell will pass Perez. On track or off track, Perez will not maintain that position. Will not stay in first position. Unless, of course, if he's the guy to pass Hamilton, that's possible. Then we've got Carlos Sainz, 8th place. Gasly, 9th. Yuki Tsunoda, 10th. Ocon, 11th. Bottas, 12th. Yuki Tsunoda, sorry, Zhou Guanyu, 13th. 14th, Logan Sargent. Hulkenberg, 15th. Ricardo, still 1 lap down. Piastri, still 1 second behind, 1.2 seconds behind Ricardo. Interesting. Lando Norris has completely lost all his pace compared to the laps that he was attacking. Dude, the way that Lando Norris made him like attack Verstappen, it just felt like he must have been in a different element trying to extract that much performance out of that McLaren to get that close to that Red Bull. Pretty insane if you think about it. Dude, this is a good race so far. The problem is it's gonna get boring in the middle, I can guarantee you. The only reason why I'm guaranteeing you that is because now Verstappen leads, bro. He's 2.3 seconds ahead of Norris. Look here, Norris is keeping him there. Alonso is also keeping Norris 2 seconds in front of him. So the only guy that I can see that's losing pace to the front runners is Hamilton. Hamilton is the only guy that cannot keep up with the top 3 guys. Hamilton cannot keep up the pace. So Russell is being told he needs to manage his tires, and he's complaining that do they want him to race or do they want him to lose positions? So Stroll is closer to Russell now. Stroll is getting close to Russell. Interesting. I don't like what Mercedes is doing. It feels like they are putting Russell in a very bad position. But I will be completely honest with you when I say this, is that I think Russell is a spoiled brat. Since Russell came into Mercedes, I feel like Russell felt like he is the new golden boy and Lewis Hamilton needs to move aside. I'm not sure if you know this, but in Singapore he crashed. He crashed out. I think it was the last lap or the second to last lap. He crashed out. That was all Russell making that mistake, and you should have heard how he was shouting like expletives, swear words into the air. Like it sounded so bad, man. You could hear how entitled he is in his voice, the way he shouted that out. Like I have heard Leclerc shout in agony, but my goodness, when I heard Russell shout the way that you could hear, he's this entitled brat, man. And that's ever since he left Williams and he came into Mercedes. It's just bad. Really bad. I do believe, Yuki Tsunoda got very out of shape. Yuki Tsunoda almost crashed into the wall, but at least he kept it out of the wall. Thank goodness. Ricardo is unlapping himself? Is that possible? How is that possible? Ricardo didn't pass Verstappen, so how did he unlap himself? Oh, it's probably because he started. Sergio Perez passing Hamilton for 4th place. Sergio Perez passing Lewis Hamilton for 4th place. But now Lewis Hamilton is coming back at Perez. But the problem is is we're talking about Lewis Hamilton, bro. Lewis Hamilton would be the guy to pass. Dude, Lewis Hamilton's on top of Perez. He doesn't want to let go, but now he has to let go because these next few corners are too tight for Lewis to stay next to Perez the way that he did. Oh, he's sliding. Lewis Hamilton sliding. He couldn't. He lost some grip in the tires and he was sliding. Oh, he's losing grip. He's losing grip extremely quickly. Perez is 8 seconds. Like, Lewis Hamilton was about 8 seconds behind Alonso. My goodness. Alonso and Norris are flying. They're staying with Verstappen no matter what, huh? Alonso is so much older than all the drivers and he's doing so well, man. Into the pits, we've got Hamilton. Into the pits. Lewis Hamilton in the pits. Let's see what happens. That is a pit stop of 2.7 seconds. A very good pit stop. Which tires did they put on his car? Bottas is also in the pits. So far Hamilton and Bottas are the first guys in the pits. Very good, very good, very good. So Ricciardo and Piastri, they're actually reducing the gap to the guys in front of them. Interesting. Yeah, I am. So Lando Norris is being told to pick up the pace, and Lando Norris is saying, yeah, I am. So that's definitely strategy. You see, that's the problem. McLaren needs to understand they cannot out-strategize Red Bull unless if there's an accident on track and there's a safety car, and then their strategy, gets basically they get lucky with the strategy. Like, unless if they get lucky with their strategy, that's unfortunately, like, that's something no one can plan for. But when it comes to having a solid strategy team, Red Bull, you cannot out-strategize Red Bull. That's what my point is. My point is, you cannot out-strategize Red Bull. You've got Russell in the pits. He came out of the pits 2.9 seconds. A little bit slower than Lewis Hamilton's pit stop, but not too bad. That's Lewis Hamilton passing Russell in the pits. Okay, so yeah, so they're about to pass. So they are about to pass Ricciardo, man. Got a problem with my rev front, starting to steer right. Ricciardo in 6th place. He's about to pass Stroll for 5th place. So Lance Stroll's in 5th place because Lewis Hamilton had to pit and Russell had to pit as well. So that's why Stroll went from 7th to 5th. Now we've got Perez in the pits. Perez goes into the pits. How quick a 2.2 second pit stop for Perez. That's a very good, quick, very, very quick pit stop. Extremely quick pit stop. So let's see. So Perez pitted before Verstappen. That is how much in control Verstappen is at the front. He doesn't even have to pit first. Trust me, if they pitted Verstappen first, it means that they know in his current position, if Verstappen was only 3 seconds in front of Norris and they pitted Verstappen, that would have been that they were concerned about the tire degradation of Verstappen's car. Verstappen did not pit first. They are not concerned about his tire degradation. It seems that they're completely happy with his pace. Lando Norris is now 3.1 seconds behind Verstappen. So Verstappen is not pulling away from Norris. But I guarantee you they have complete control over what their gap is to Lando Norris. I'm almost certain that if they told Verstappen to increase speed and build a gap from Lando Norris, he would probably do that immediately. But because their strategy is so good, they know they can maintain this pace, stay in this position, and it would still be fine. I can almost guarantee you that's exactly what's going on. Lando Norris 4 seconds behind Lando Norris. Alonso is 4 seconds behind Lando Norris. I'm not sure what I said there, but I'll just repeat. Why did we follow them? We should do our own race. Don't worry about them. So Perez is saying, why did we pit to block off the Mercedes when we have got our own pace? We could have done our own race, not worry about the Mercedes. I completely agree with Perez. The problem is that at some point he is going to have to pit, and he will still have to be behind the Mercedes. So I'm not. I'm kind of concerned. So Perez believes that if he continued, he would never have seen his Mercedes again. Huh? He really believes that he will never have seen his Mercedes again. I doubt it. I think he's not using his common sense at that situation, in my opinion, because he would have still had to at some point pit it. Lewis Hamilton again is getting passed by Perez. Lewis Hamilton again trying to take him on the outside at the pit straight. Couldn't do it at the first right-hand corner. Now as a second straight, will he do it? Second straight. Lewis Hamilton moving all over the place. Left, right, left, right. Perez is in front. Perez is in front at the second straight. Good job, Perez. That's DRS speaking. The commentator, I don't like. Zhou Guanyu has to retire his car. Interesting. Interesting. Retiring Zhou Guanyu's car. That is very interesting. Okay, so yeah, so we've got Verstappen first, Norris second, 3.5 seconds. Look here, Norris is not gaining on Verstappen, but he's also, I wouldn't say he's losing that much pace. So it seems like Norris is staying in a position where Verstappen can't completely destroy him and get away from him, but he's also not able to catch up to Verstappen. So basically second place is what McLaren is aiming for. Realistically speaking, Norris and McLaren are aiming for second place. There's almost no way that they're going to out-strategize Red Bull. I just don't see that happening. Now, Alonso might spoil the party at McLaren. Alonso, and let me be honest with myself, I don't think Alonso can defeat Norris. I think Norris will have as much data, especially from his team. He will get as much information from his team to realize he doesn't have to be behind Alonso. He can actually attack Alonso and pass him. And he would know where to pass Alonso as well, because they will have the data on where Alonso is slow and where Alonso is faster than Norris. Which corners he's slow, and then ultimately Norris will be able to pass Alonso eventually, depending on the situation. However, even then, I don't think Alonso's strategy team will get them in front of Norris. Even if Norris somehow pitted now, it wouldn't last long. He would still have to go to the pits, and he'll probably lose some time in the pits. Because I don't believe his team is, like, when it comes to pit stops, I believe Aston Martin has made some unnecessary mistakes, some regrettable mistakes in the pits, destroying the gaps that especially Alonso had. And unfortunately, I think that's just one of those situations. If your team aren't as good as the Red Bull team, you're just going to be in a very bad spot, and that is exactly where Alonso is. Even though he's in third place right now, and you would expect him to stay in third place because he's got such a massive gap. He's so far away in front of fourth place Carlos Sainz, you would expect him to stay there. But I believe the handicap here is a team. I believe that for sure. And not only that, I believe also that the age of Alonso will allow him to not perform 110% at all times. So we have to be realistic. Realistic is Alonso is good enough to be third place today. Unfortunately, his team is not. So his team will cost him third place. However, the longer this race goes on, the less likely it is for Alonso to maintain his pace. Because remember, he is only a human being. He can only continue with what he has, and what he has is an age deficit, and that will work against him no matter what. So here we go. We've got so just as I said, that Alonso went into the pits. He came out of the pits. Where does he end up? 6th place. He's in 6th place. Alonso ends up in 6th place. How many seconds? Was that like 3 seconds in front of Perez. So Perez, if Perez really wants to, he can pass Alonso now, dude. If Perez really wants to push his car to the limits, then he can catch up to Alonso and get that 3rd place podium. I do believe that Perez will still get it, because I do believe Alonso's team cannot maintain this. I will say that pit stop was very good from Alonso. I didn't see any massive mistakes. However, I didn't see how fast they did the pit stop. That I didn't see. So far, no mistakes from Aston Martin, Alonso's team, but unfortunately, they are the if you were to bet against someone, you would bet against Aston Martin to make a mistake, and you would not bet against Red Bull's Perez, even Perez. You would not have bet against Red Bull and Perez to have a worse strategy and make mistakes in the pit stop, specifically with the strategy. And now I've got Carlos Sainz going into the pits, coming out of the pits, almost hitting Yuki Tsunoda in the process as he was about to get out of the pits. So Verstappen is still in the lead. Norris is still trying to keep up with Norris. Verstappen is still in the lead. So Norris and Verstappen, they are keeping. So McLaren is telling Norris to stay with Verstappen. When Verstappen pits is when Norris will probably stay out for one more lap and then pit. I'm assuming they might pit exactly the same time. So Verstappen is pitting. Will Norris immediately follow Verstappen? Let's see. Is that their strategy? Yep, that is exactly the strategy. The strategy for Norris is to follow Verstappen into the pits. Dude, that is such a quick pit stop, dude. Such a quick pit stop. 2.2 second pit stop, dude. 2.2 second pit stop. 2.6 second pit stop for... So Lando Norris is definitely losing in his pit stop. Lando Norris losing in the pit stop, dude. That is insane. I will not lie. He's already 3... Yeah, that's 4 seconds now. 4 seconds behind Red Bull. So they were 3 seconds. Now they're 4 seconds. McLaren did not do a good strategy. Like I said, I mentioned this. You cannot strategize against Red Bull. You cannot. You cannot out-strategize a team that is known for being perfect with their strategy. McLaren hasn't even been in a championship, team, a championship winning situation to out-strategize the other team. So they have a lot to learn and catch up to. So they shouldn't have tried to out-strategize Red Bull. However, I think it's probably better to have done. I think personally, that was the right call. I think it would have been bad regardless. I personally believe it would have been bad. No matter what, I think it would have still been bad. I think it would have still been very bad for McLaren, even if they did their own strategy. Because their strategy was just follow Verstappen. Just follow him, no matter what, follow him. So Lewis Hamilton is now in 6th place, and it doesn't look like he is going to stay in 6th place for long. Russell is about to pass Lewis Hamilton. Russell is about to pass Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton is blocking Russell. Lewis Hamilton blocking Russell. Russell is about to pass Lewis Hamilton. Russell is about to pass Lewis. Will he pass him here? Will he pass him here? Will he pass him at the 2nd straight? Let's find out. No, he's not going to do it. I'm not sure if Russell is scared. I'm not sure if Russell's just scared to do it, man. It could be. He could just be scared to do it. It's very, very much likely. It's very possible. Carlos Sainz passing Ocon for 8th place. Russell is gonna have to pass Lewis, dude. Russell is the faster. Lewis is the slower Mercedes between him and Russell. Lewis Hamilton is slowing down Russell. Why aren't the team giving this information to Lewis so he can just move away? This is stupidity. Russell is faster than Lewis. It doesn't take a scientist or a genius to know that Lewis Hamilton is slowing down his teammate who could have possibly been chasing down Lance Stroll by now. This is absolutely stupid, bro. Lewis Hamilton is fighting his own teammate instead of giving him the position so he could chase down Lance Stroll in front of him, because Hamilton can't chase down Stroll. You can see he's slow. He's slower than Russell. Russell is their best option here. My goodness, bro. Mercedes are so scared of Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton has got so much stake in that team that Lewis Hamilton can snap his fingers and tell the team exactly what they should do, even though it's not to the benefit of the team, it's to the benefit of himself. That is stupid, dude. That's stupidity. Stupidity, dude. Yeah, so Verstappen is still in the lead. Norris is now 5 seconds behind Verstappen. Alonso is 6 seconds behind Norris. Perez 2 seconds behind Alonso. So Perez is definitely catching up to Alonso. Very slowly, but definitely catching up to Alonso. Stroll 4 seconds behind Perez. Hamilton 2 seconds behind Stroll. We're seeing Pierre Gasly. Is that passing Bottas? So I believe Pierre Gasly passed Bottas. I could be mistaken. Let's see. Gasly passed Logan Sargent. Okay, that's a Williams. He passed the Williams. Logan Sargent. So Hamilton 2 seconds behind Stroll. Russell less than a second behind Hamilton. So Carlos Sainz 8th position, 2 seconds behind Russell. So Carlos Sainz might actually catch up to Russell. Ocon 9th place, 5 seconds behind Carlos Sainz. Bottas less than half a second behind Ocon. A little bit over half a second behind Ocon is Bottas in 10th place. Gasly 11th place, very close to Bottas. Very close to Bottas. So Gasly was... Bottas is now behind Gasly. Logan Sargent, so Bottas is now in 10th place. Logan Sargent 11th. 12th, Yuki Tsunoda. Ocon is now into the pits. Hülkenberg is now in 13th position. 14th, Ocon, he's still in the pits, so he might come out after... no, you'll probably come out in 14th because Ricciardo is behind Ocon in 15th place. Almost a lap behind them. Then Piastri is 2 seconds behind Ricciardo. Okay, so Perez is definitely attacking Alonso. Perez will definitely attack 3rd place. Now Alonso is a very skilled driver, so will his defense still hold up? I don't know. So Russell is just frustrated why he has to be behind. Russell is frustrated why he has to stay behind Hamilton. Completely makes sense. Unfortunately, that's just the situation that he's in. He needs to either pass Lewis Hamilton outright or he has to, cry on the radio, which is exactly what he's doing. He can't pass Lewis Hamilton outright, which is funny. Why? I don't know why Lewis Hamilton is so stuck in his old ways, dude. You are no longer that guy, bro. I'm going to be honest. If anybody watching this and listening and saying that, how dare you say Lewis Hamilton is not that guy? Well, he isn't. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. He just isn't. He's no longer that guy that you all think he is. He used to be. I agree with that. He used to be, but he's no longer that guy. Mercedes will never be able to build him a car that can do what he could do in for 8 years straight. For 8 years straight, they had the most dominant car. They can no longer give him that overpowered car. They can't do that. They cannot, like, it's not going to happen. Not this year, not next year. They can't do it. Now, maybe they can give him a car that's fast enough to challenge the Red Bulls, but that would still mean that Lewis Hamilton would have to dig deep and not rely on his car that much anymore. Because he used to rely on his car a lot. And now that his car is no longer something that he can use as a crutch, now we all see what he's really like when he doesn't have the best of the best car. Verstappen has already proven many years before he was in this level of, this fortunate position of being in the fastest car. Many years in Red Bull, he's been driving in a third place, a fourth place Red Bull car. And eventually he came, and now they're on the top of the world, in the top of Formula One, performance, speed, strategy, the top performing team. It didn't used to be that in the past, but he would still win races. That's the difference between him and Hamilton. Okay, so Perez has got 13 laps old medium tires, Scholl 11 lap old. Hamilton's tires are way older. Wait, it's about the same as Perez's tires, 15 laps. Carlos Sainz easily passing Russell. Easily. So now it is going to be Hamilton next. There's almost no way Carlos Sainz will not pass Hamilton. There's almost no way. No chance. If Carlos Sainz passed Russell that easily, then that Ferrari is going to pass Lewis easily, dude. So yeah, Norris is 5 seconds. I think he's actually improving his pace right now. He's now 5.1. So if Norris goes back to 4 seconds, it means Norris is doing better laps than Verstappen at this point, this stage of the race. Alonso is 8 seconds behind Norris, which means Alonso is dropping back, dude. Alonso, like I could have predicted that. I already said that I'm pretty sure Alonso can't maintain that. I'm pretty sure I said that. I'm pretty sure if you rewind this video, you would hear me say, rewind this live stream. Yes, I am live streaming. You would hear me say that Alonso cannot maintain the pace. It's just unfortunate, but I said that is the reality of his situation. His team will definitely put him in a bad position, but he will ultimately not be able to maintain the pace that he is maintaining at the moment. He's in 4 seconds. Norris went up to 4 seconds, 4.9, 4.8. Norris is catching up to Verstappen, which is interesting. I'm sure if Red Bull and Verstappen is doing that on purpose, they're fully aware of what they're doing. They're probably just doing it because they want to maintain the tires. So they're allowing Norris the opportunity to get closer, but I guarantee you sooner or later Verstappen will improve his pace if he needs to. At the moment, I don't think he needs to. It's 5 seconds. Yuki Tsunoda in 10th place. It takes 1 point one championship point for Yuki Tsunoda. In 10th place, he passed Bottas. Bottas is now back in 11th. And Yuki Tsunoda is now in 10th place. He got a championship point. So if you don't know this, 10th place and up is where you gain points. We've got fastest lap of the race so far for Norris. 1 minute 14.84. Fastest lap of the race for Norris, dude. That is like Norris is showing that he really can. He really can if he needs to. Dude, if their strategy team was so good, If McLaren's strategy team was as good or even better than Red Bull, that McLaren would have been in front of Verstappen. I'm almost sure of it. I'm almost sure of it, dude. If Norris's strategy team was just good enough, Norris would have been able to not only challenge Verstappen, but he probably would have been in front of Verstappen. Norris is staying within 4.9 seconds, 4.8 seconds. I think Verstappen has woken up. So if Verstappen puts on the fast lap of the race, it means then Red Bull already has this race under control. Yep. That's exactly what Verstappen is doing. Verstappen is now putting in the fast lap of the race. So Verstappen is just saying, you know what? I'm giving you false hope. So 1 minute 14.2. That's much faster than Norris, unfortunately. That's sad to hear because I really want to see a race between Norris and Verstappen. And Verstappen is just being like, oh, you think that you're being smart by giving me a faster lap of the race. Let me show you what a real faster lap of the race is. So Verstappen and his team are in full control of this race. Full control. That faster lap was an indication that Verstappen and Red Bull are in full control. They're controlling everything that's happening right now. Norris is still saying, I don't care if you have faster lap of the race. I will stay. I will keep you within 4-second range. I will keep you within 4-second range, which is great. The only issue is his team is not Red Bull. If the strategy team of McLaren, if they were switched around and the strategy team of Red Bull worked in McLaren, then I would have said yes. We have an opportunity here. But because Red Bull's strategy team is excellent, like they are almost perfect in everything that they decide to do, it's very hard for me to believe that Norris will stand a chance with his team and his strategy team. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. So let's just do another position check. We've got Verstappen first, 5 seconds ahead of Norris in second. Alonso is now 11, almost 12 seconds behind Norris. So Norris and Verstappen are pushing each other in front, that's for sure. Norris is doing a very good job showing that McLaren is not slow. But I'm pretty sure Norris is extracting the maximum, not only from the car, from himself. That's how good Norris is at racing cars, that he's so good. Even though his car is not that good, he can make it look that good. And that is what I'm saying Lewis Hamilton no longer has. He no longer has that ability to make a second place car a first place finishing car. He can no longer do that. That's just the reality. So Perez is in 4th place, behind Alonso in 3rd. Got Lance Stroll in 5th place. Lance Stroll in 5th place, interesting. After the pit stop, Lance Stroll is in 5th place. I'm quite surprised, I won't lie. Carlos Sainz is in 6th place. He passed Lewis Hamilton. Carlos Sainz passed Hamilton. They didn't even show it on screen, dude. Carlos Sainz passed Hamilton. I didn't even see them show us that Carlos Sainz passed Lewis Hamilton. That is bad, dude. That is bad. These British broadcasters they don't even want to show us when Lewis Hamilton's being passed. Russell is behind Hamilton in 8th place. Gasly in 9th. Yuki Tsunoda 10th. Bottas 11th. Logan Sargent 12th. Ocon 13th. Hulkenberg 14th. Ricciardo 15th. Piastri in 16th. Piastri and Ricciardo, I'm not sure why they're still in the race, because they are definitely not moving up. That's for sure. Oh my goodness, I completely. Can you imagine that I've been talking and not realizing my microphone is switched off? Oh my goodness, I am talking and talking and talking, only now realizing that my microphone wasn't on. Okay, so what I was saying is, so let's just do a quick recap. So what I was saying is that Mercedes is absolutely suffering, dude. If you don't know this, in 2021, that epic season with Lewis Hamilton versus Verstappen, uh, at the start of that season, we had Mercedes team members join Red Bull. And then Toto Wolff, the owner of Mercedes AMG Formula One, he basically, said, oh no, putting shade on those team members, saying that they are not even the best of our team members. Guess what? Where's your team now? Red Bull's at the top and you are not at the top. So clearly those team members, felt that they needed to prove that they are better than what Toto Wolff pretended that they are. And that the current team members that Toto Wolff currently has cannot match up to the team members that Red Bull procured and contracted and gave better benefits than Mercedes to acquire their skills at Red Bull. That is what I was saying while the microphone was switched off. My goodness, I can't even believe that I've... So we have Russell was just passed by Gasly, or a couple of laps ago was passed by Gasly. Now Gasly is going to hunt down Hamilton. Imagine, these Mercedes can't even get P7. Last year they won. Last year Mercedes won this Grand Prix. On the current car regulations, they won. They changed the car design. They still, how can they not at least do what they did last year? That is going backwards, not forwards, right? That is insane, man. Absolute insanity. Mercedes is not the team, bro. Maybe they used to be the team, but they're not the team today. Oh, Lewis Hamilton locking up. But the car is so bad in the air. Yeah, he's already making excuses for why Gasly is going to pass him immediately. Watch. And now we've got Yuki Tsunoda about to pass Russell. Yuki Tsunoda. And now Russell goes into the pits, at least. Because he would have been passed by Yuki Tsunoda. I'm almost sure of it. So Hamilton. Gasly, 3.6 seconds behind Hamilton. Yep, Gasly is catching up. So now the story of Lewis and Mercedes is going backwards. And probably not, maybe they'll get 8th place, 8th and 9th. Maybe Mercedes will get 8th and 9th place. Last year, if you don't know this is shocking because last year, Mercedes won this Grand Prix with this car, with this current regulation car. Like you have all these British Lewis Hamilton fanboys and his British fans complaining that the current regulation is there to destroy Mercedes, yet they won this race last year. So how can you guys go backwards this year and barely finish 8th and 9th place? So Perez is in the pits. Perez is in the pits. Dude, I can't even... I actually use push to activate the microphone, and for some reason I was like moving my body and I completely forgot to press the microphone. How funny is that, huh? Talk about a blonde moment. Knowing you need to press to activate the microphone and then moving your body in such a way that you completely forget you need to press the microphone. Interesting. Interesting, I would say, but of course it's not interesting, it's stupidity. But yeah, whatever, man. I'm just human. That's the funniest thing about human beings, man, is that you have these people that are doing their utmost, that they're on the pinnacle. If they make any mistake, they destroy their opportunity, and we see it in real time. And as soon as they make a mistake, we say, oh, they made a mistake. But the reality is, mistakes is what human nature is. We all make mistakes. We're all hypocrites. But as soon as it comes to us being on the spot, expecting us not to make mistakes, we will make mistakes 9 out of 10 times. 9 out of 10 times expect mistakes before you, like, that is why we have marshals. That's why we have so much regulation in sports and stuff, because people realize that they would have to somehow find an advantage, because mostly these things are impossible to do. Perez up into 6th place already after his pit stop. If Sergio Perez wants the podium, he's going to have to make the move on Alonso. So Ocon is about to pass Hamilton. Ocon about to pass Hamilton, dude. Should have gone to the hard tire, he says. Hamilton crying. First he was laughing and now he's crying. If you don't know this, they have team radio. You can hear everything that they say. First we heard him laughing. Now we're hearing him crying. So he's going through the motions. He's going through the emotions and through the motions. Oh, Lewis Hamilton passing. That was Lewis Hamilton passing Ocon. Okay, that explains a lot. That explains a lot. So Lewis Hamilton went into the pits and then exited, and then he passed. Ocon. Interesting. Good. Come on, Ocon. So let's go back to the top. Verstappen is 6.8 seconds ahead of Norris. Verstappen is yet to pit. I don't know what McLaren is trying to do with Norris. They should just have their own strategy at this point. I don't think that's going to help them to follow what Red Bull is doing. I don't think they should follow what Red Bull is doing. Fastest lap of the race, Gasly 1 minute 14.5. The fact that Verstappen, I'm telling you now, Norris is staying within 6.8 gap to Verstappen, but he's already gone from 4.9 to 7. So I'm not sure why they haven't pit yet, man. It's probably because they don't want Verstappen to get away, but I think at this point you have to cut your losses and you probably just have to follow a strategy that makes sense for your team. Lance Stroll is in 3rd place. I would not have guessed that, but of course he won't stay there for long anyway, so that's just the reality of the situation. Lance Stroll will not stay in 3rd place for much longer. Wait. Oh, so now Gasly. Yeah, there we go. Gasly passes Lewis Hamilton. So Hamilton passed his teammate Ocon, but then Gasly came and then passed Lewis Hamilton. It's basically like revenge, you can say. Lewis Hamilton 9th place, Gasly 8th place. Gasly in 8th place, interesting. Lewis Hamilton tried to look on the inside. Didn't he already pit? Dude, Hamilton's in 9th place. Russell's in 11th place. Crazy, man. Crazy. So we have Verstappen still in the lead, 7.3 seconds ahead of Norris. Stroll is in 3rd place. 4th is Carlos Sainz. 5th is Alonso. 6th is Perez. Perez is 2.2 seconds behind Alonso. He might catch up to Alonso. I don't think Perez is that hungry, bro. I don't think Perez is that hungry to catch Alonso and get 3rd place podium, because basically Alonso represents 3rd place podium. We have to wait and see. So Yuki Tsunoda in 7th place at the moment. Remember, he is yet to pit. Gasly just passed Hamilton for 8th place. Hamilton 9th place. Ocon 10th. Russell 11th. Logan Sargent 12th. 13th Hülkenberg. 14th Ricciardo. And then Piastri is in 15th place. So yeah, Perez is now 1.6 seconds behind Alonso. Perez 1.6 seconds behind Alonso. So there's a very good chance that Perez can make a move on Alonso. Remember, Alonso's driving a Aston Martin. It's not fast enough, dude. I'm sorry to say this, Aston Martin is not going to keep that Red Bull behind him. We have to wait and see how Alonso can defend. Will he defend? How much does Alonso want that position, and can he do anything to stop Perez from taking third place from Alonso? We have to wait and see. All of that and more will be answered, remember, but this is for third place. First place, I think we can already assume that Verstappen already has that locked down. Norris seems to have second place locked down perfectly. There's almost no chance that Alonso or anybody can pass Norris unless, remember, this is now unless, of course, if Verstappen doesn't make a mistake and lose his position, and of course, unless if Norris doesn't make a mistake and lose his position. So it's all an asterisk. Oh my god, they destroyed this tire. Yeah, that was not a good stop. So they just showed a replay of the stop of Ricciardo at Ferrari. And if you don't know this, they have a one wheel nut, a machine that puts the tire onto the car. And that machine is pretty fast and strong and powerful, of course, because you would expect it to be powerful when it tightens up the tire on a car. And unfortunately, it seems that they destroyed that nut trying to get it onto Carlos Sainz's car. I'm saying Ricciardo, but I mean Carlos Sainz's Ferrari. So maybe, who knows? Maybe they didn't put that. Maybe there's an issue that might occur in the next coming laps with that Ferrari regarding that right rear wheel. So if there's a right rear wheel failure in the coming laps for that Ferrari, then we know where and who did it. It's the pit stop crew and the pit stop gun man of the right rear wheel that was responsible for that wheel. So here we go. We've got Perez. Perez is about to pass Alonso. Now we've got a replay here of Lance Stroll going into the pits. Lance Stroll into the pits. Lance Stroll getting the worst pit stop possible. A very bad pit stop. That's probably a 4-second pit stop. It looked like a 4-second pit stop. So Lance Stroll, Aston Martin team, as I mentioned, has handicapped Lance Stroll. He's now in 6th place. With a very poor pit stop. Now we've got, he's got DRS. Alonso already giving Perez DRS, of course, because Perez has got the faster car. He's less than a second behind Alonso. Can Alonso somehow, by some imaginary method, some imagination, like do the impossible and keep that powerful Red Bull car behind him? Can Alonso do the impossible and keep that very powerful, very strong Red Bull of Perez behind him? We have to wait and see, man. We have to wait and see. Fastest lap of the race, Ocon, 1 minute 14.2. Fastest lap for Ocon. Does not get DRS. Alonso did not give DRS to Perez this time. Very good. Very good, Alonso. Very good. So far, Alonso is doing what he needs to do to keep Perez behind him. The problem is there is over 16 laps remaining. Over 16 laps remaining. So that's exactly 16 laps. So 16 laps remaining for Perez to pass Alonso. Perez, I believe this is in his favor. Perez has enough laps to pass Alonso. So as long as he takes his time, thinks about what he's doing, he is going to pass Aston Martin of Alonso, which is unfortunate for Alonso. So if Alonso can somehow finish this race in 3rd place, then I would consider Alonso basically did the impossible by keeping that Red Bull of Perez behind him. That Red Bull of Perez is impossible not to pass Alonso. And if Alonso can somehow manage to avoid getting passed by Perez, then that, my friends, is something that makes a lot. Oh, fast lap of the race for Perez. 1 minute 14.1. Yep, he's on top. He is on top. Yeah, it's probably going to happen here. It's probably most likely going to happen here. That is fastest lap of the race for Perez. Plus, he's about to pass Alonso here. He didn't. He wasn't close enough. Interesting. Alonso, the old wily fox, the experienced driver in Alonso, is still somehow keeping Perez behind. Remember, he still has 15 laps to go. 15 laps to go, dude. Verstappen goes into the pits, exits the pits. 2.5 second pit stop for Verstappen. We already know Lando Norris is in the lead right now. Lando Norris is in the lead. How funny would it be if Lando Norris does not pit? If Lando Norris decides not to pit, then it means he's in first for a while. Then Lando Norris will stay in first for a while. How interesting would that be? If Lando Norris does not pit for the rest of this race, how interesting will that be? He's already losing pace against Verstappen. So Verstappen will definitely catch up to him. How long it will take for Verstappen, that we do not know. So we have 14 laps remaining. Perez still attempting to get past Alonso. Still not passing Alonso. That is interesting. Very interesting. Perez is not able to easily pass Alonso because I would have expected him to be past Alonso by now. Everything is in Perez's favor. Everything is in his favor. He should already have been past Alonso. He is not. So that is already very good from Alonso. Very good job from Alonso. Perez is unable to pass Alonso easily. Now we have Lando Norris being caught up by Piastri, which is bad. Piastri is now catching up to Lando Norris, and that is not a good thing. Still, first straight, Perez is still not able to pass. Why? This is so interesting. Alonso seems to be battling understeer and taking a different line, and Perez can still not pass him. Interesting. Perez is definitely not doing very well when it comes to effectively and efficiently passing Alonso. Verstappen is already 9 seconds behind Norris. He pitted, was 13 seconds. He's now 9 seconds. Fastest lap of the race for Verstappen. 1 minute 14.0. Into the pits comes Russell. Russell and Mercedes are absolutely a disaster of a team. Oh, they're quitting. Oh, that's Lewis Hamilton. No, that is George Russell. George Russell is being retired. George Russell is being retired from the race. Interesting. They're retiring George Russell. That's interesting, dude. See, that is what I feel. Like, why didn't Russell just end the race? Finish the race? Because there was no indication that there was an issue with the car. So that, to me, says that he just said, you know what, if you guys want to, retire me, then that's fine. Like, almost like he's not a hungry driver that wants to win races. Because remember, he can still learn. He can learn as much as he needs to for next year. And he's not. So Norris comes into the pits. Norris is told to pit. Norris comes into the pits. 8-second lead. Dude, he is going to be 10 seconds, easily 10 seconds behind Verstappen when he. This is interesting, man. Yeah, that's true. So McLaren had a very bad start to the season. No one could have seen that they would be fighting for podiums at the end of the season. Oh my goodness. Perez is so close to Austin Martin of Alonso that he went almost wheel to wheel with Alonso, and still Alonso's in front of Perez. Perez has the faster car and still in front. Insanity. Perez is just not that guy, man. I said this in the beginning of the stream. Perez is not that guy. He's not the guy to do this. He's not a bad driver. He's just not that driver. Even Alonso in that Red Bull will be better driver. I can assure you, Alonso in that Red Bull will be second place almost every race. I still believe Verstappen will beat Alonso, but I can guarantee you Alonso will be second place almost every race in that Red Bull. If Perez and Alonso was to switch teams and switch seats, Alonso will take that Red Bull and will surely be second place almost every race. Has to be, man. So Verstappen, 13 seconds in front of Norris, dude. That pit stop of Verstappen and then coming out of the pit. That's exactly what I said. McLaren has no business trying to out-strategize Verstappen. They have no business. Because they trying to out-strategize Red Bull, should I say. Because it's not Verstappen strategizing, it's his team. The Red Bull team's out-strategizing. Dude, Perez still can't pass Austin Martin of Alonso on a straight. We've got almost 9 laps remaining. Fastest lap of the fastest sector so far, Norris, fastest sector. So fastest lap of the race will be coming from Lando Norris in the next few laps. Fastest lap of the race, Lando Norris. So we have 10 laps remaining. Officially, it says on screen 10 laps remaining. Sector 2, again fastest from Norris. And he's got a fastest lap. 1 minute 12. 1 minute 12 from Norris. That is 2 seconds. He cut 2 seconds out of the fastest. That is an insanely fast lap. Lando Norris putting in this is an extremely fast lap, dude. That is such a good fast lap, bro. That is insanely fast. 1 minute 12 lap time. Verstappen's best lap time was 1 minute 14. Everybody did 1 minute 14. Norris said, hold my beer, 1 minute 12. Insane. Insanity, dude. Interesting. Insanity. He's now 10 seconds. There's a chance that Norris can actually do this and catch up to Verstappen and make the end of this race actually interesting. Norris can actually turn this race upside down and make it interesting and actually 10, like he went from 13 to 10 second gap to Verstappen. Now, of course, let me control myself here, control my enthusiasm and say this. I have to be the bearer of bad news. I think Verstappen has more pace in his pocket. I think Verstappen has more pace in his pocket, but 1 minute 12, does Verstappen have 1 minute 12? I don't see. If Verstappen did 1 minute 13, then I would say yes, fine, Verstappen has more pace, but 1 minute 12. Okay, where is 9 seconds? Norris is now down to 9 seconds. Remember, at the end of the pit stop, it was 13 seconds. It's now down to 9 seconds, dude. Norris is absolutely pushing his car to the limit. Insanity, man. Again, Perez is unable to pass Alonso. This is what I said. I said the chance of when Alonso really wants to hold on to position, we can probably find out how badly Alonso wants that podium. And at the moment, Alonso wants that podium way more than Perez. Because Perez has the car. Like, there's no reason why Perez shouldn't have passed Alonso already. 9.5 seconds. Dude, Norris is doing a very good job, man. Very good job. So far, there's the only people that can do something. Perez can pass Alonso, and Norris is actually catching up to Verstappen with an incredible performance. Incredible performance so far. Incredible pace, should I say. Incredible lap time. What is Verstappen's best lap time? .3. Verstappen is pushed, like, I mean, Norris is pushing Verstappen, dude. I've never seen anybody push Verstappen when it comes to in a Grand Prix like this. I've never seen it, especially during this year and last year. I've never seen it. Of course, in 2021, we all saw Lewis Hamilton versus Verstappen. When Lewis Hamilton's Mercedes was so powerful, they would literally destroy an engine just to give him extra power. Norris is now 9.2 seconds. He's gaining on Verstappen, but now it's a little bit halted. It's a little bit slowed down. His pace is a little bit more reasonable now. This is insane, man. So Perez again. Perez very close to Alonso. Very close to Alonso. Perez up close to Alonso's rear end of this car. There's no reason for Perez to be behind Alonso this long. There's no reason. Perez has no excuse, man. He's got no excuse. There is none. Nothing. Nada. No excuse. He should already have passed Alonso. Austin Martin, a little bit of a slide. So it seems that Perez is just hoping that Alonso will make a mistake at this point. His car grip will fade away so dramatically that he will be unable to stay in front of Perez and not make a mistake. I think Perez is just waiting for Alonso to make a mistake, and that is not the driver you should be if you're in a Red Bull, Perez. If you're in a Red Bull, you cannot be the guy waiting for the guy in front of you to make a mistake to pass him. You have the car to pass. So freaking pass, Perez. Come on, man. Are you a race car driver or waiting for someone to make a mistake driver? Come on, man. I'm so frustrated with Perez, man. He should be better than that. He should be better than this. He just isn't. I'm not sure. I think maybe there was a mistake with my... Dude, don't tell me this thing did not pick up my microphone. Dude, I just hope this thing that picked up my... So if you don't know this, Perez have been trying to pass Alonso for 10 plus laps now. Cannot pass Alonso, even though he's in the best car that he could possibly be in. He is right there. He even has DRS. He still can't pass Alonso. I'm sorry to say, but this is pretty pathetic. If Perez cannot pass Alonso, it's pretty pathetic. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm going to be completely harsh on Perez. If Perez does not want this position badly, then he shouldn't even be in this team, to be honest. He's given the golden opportunity to be in the fastest team in Formula 1 right now, and he can't even get past the guy that's not even close to the power and speed of his current car, which is insane to me, man. So Norris is now down to 8 seconds. If you don't know this, I don't know if my microphone stopped picking up or not, but if you don't know this, Norris pitted was 13 seconds behind Verstappen. Immediately puts on the fastest lap of the race, 1 minute 12, which is faster than anybody has ever gone. Everybody went 1 minute 14. Norris went 1 minute 12. And now he's down to 8 seconds. It went from 13 seconds down to 8 seconds, Norris. I honestly believe that Red Bull has just realized that, you know what, even if Norris tries, he just cannot. If Verstappen takes away the first lap of the race from Norris, then I would say, okay, definitely. 1000%. Verstappen and his team was in full control, but I don't think so, because remember, Norris made the fastest lap of the race as soon as he exited the pits. So his tires, his soft, remember that they're in soft tires. His soft qualifying tires, because soft is what they use to qualify, was in the best window for him to have the fastest lap possible. So I would be, if Verstappen still beats Norris's fastest lap, then I am sorry to say, but Red Bull and Verstappen was never in any danger from McLaren and from Norris. I think that's just the reality of the situation. If Verstappen pulls out a more faster lap than what Norris currently has. If Verstappen puts out a faster lap than Norris, if the fastest lap of the race is given to Verstappen at the end of this race, then I'm sorry to say this, Verstappen and Red Bull is playing the opposition like fiddles, bro. They're playing them like instruments. Like they have no idea what Red Bull has up their sleeves. 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go. Norris is 8.4 seconds. Perez is still half a second behind. Still pretending as if he wants Alonso's position. However, he's not hungry enough. Alonso wants to hold on to 3rd place. Alonso is holding on to 3rd place. And there's only 3 laps remaining. Alonso deserves 3rd place. I'm sorry to say this. Alonso deserves it. Perez does not deserve that position. He's in the better car and he still can't pass Alonso. He does not deserve that position. Remember now, Alonso is driving everything. He's putting his heart and his soul into these laps to keep this Red Bull that's obviously faster than his car behind him. Carlos Sainz saying his left pedal stick, which is his gears, is not responding, is not able to downshift. So Ferrari is an absolute joke. Alonso, bro. This is insane to me. If Alonso stays in front, if Alonso gets a 3rd place podium, Perez should purely be fired. So should not be able to drive next year for Red Bull. I'm going to be completely honest with you. He should not be allowed because you cannot. Oh, he's taking a better line. I think he's about to pass Alonso. I think he's gonna pass Alonso, man. I think he's gonna pass Alonso. Yep, he's gonna do it. And the reason why I knew this, is when I saw him take that line. He took the line perfectly. He took the line before the pit straight. He took that last corner. He took so perfectly before the pit straight. Nah, dude, this is sad. This is so sad, man. Alonso wants it more. You can see it. Alonso wants it, dude. Alonso wants it. Alonso wants this position, dude. Perez does not want it as much as Alonso. Alonso is staying with him. Alonso is staying with him. Like he's all over him. I think his grip is falling away, man. We have to wait and see. Because what I saw from Perez was he was taking a sharper inside line, like a different racing line. And I could see that he was taking that line for one reason only. He was lining up the straights. Oh, man. Alonso losing 3rd place, man. Alonso, imagine the adrenaline that Alonso is feeling right now. He's feeling like, I need to get to him. So Alonso realizes this is the last chance he has. Alonso knows this is it. If Alonso passes Perez here, I'm sorry to say Perez needs to resign. Alonso is in front of him. Alonso passed Perez. Dude. Alonso passed. You have no idea. There's no words to describe this. Okay, yes, so Verstappen goes for the win. There's no words to describe what Alonso just did. He made Perez look like an idiot. Now, of course, it's not done yet. Perez could do this, the same thing he did when he took that inside line and a different line. He could still do that because he knows how to do it now. I saw him know how to do it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Block him, block him, block him, Alonso. This is close. This is close, dude. No, he's got it. 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 Oh, he lost it. He I thought Perez got it because Perez's straight line speed was so good, dude. Alonso held on. Alonso held on. How did he do that? That's insane, Alonso. Insanity. Alonso. My goodness, Alonso. My goodness, Alonso. Alonso tried everything, man. He did a good job, man. He did a good job. Show me okay, wait. I can use this feature to actually do it. Let me just see how he did that last corner. Let me see how close he was, dude. I need to see this. I need to see this. I need to see this. I need to see this, bro. I need to see this for myself. On board. Here we go. On board. On board. On board. Yeah, so the team was helping Alonso to put on the correct settings in his car to keep up. So I'm watching Alonso on board now. I'm watching Alonso on board. I'm watching a little bit further where he had to actually pass Perez. Dude, this is insane. So here he got the straight line speed. Perez went across. Crazy. Couldn't block him. Good job, Alonso. Oh my goodness. The fact that he made that stick, huh? Insane. I'm sorry to say, Perez is a joke. Perez needs to resign. Perez cannot be in Red Bull. I'm sorry to say this. I feel so strongly about this. Like, put anybody else in that car, man. Because I'm telling you, Perez does not deserve to be in that car. He does not want victories. He doesn't want it. You can see Alonso said, do you really want this position as much as me? I know you don't. I know you don't. I smell it. And that's exactly what Alonso showed. He showed how much he wants it compared to Perez. Perez just doesn't want it. I don't know why. Okay, so here we see how he almost passed. Oh! Why does it look like you passed him? Like, just before... Dude. I need to see how Perez, from Perez's view, when Perez is on board, how did he look? It was... Perez does not deserve to be in this Red Bull, dude. Like, he's got everything. All the advantages is in Perez's court, and he couldn't do it. Dude. That is so close to call, man. So close to call. So close to call, man. I don't know. That is like if like it's too close for me to know. Only they will know. Only they will know. I do not know. I will not know. Insanity, dude. I'm sorry to say, Perez does not deserve, man. Alonso has to be driver of the day. He has to be. Alonso has to be driver of the day. I'm sorry to say this. Has to be driver of the day. Alonso has to be driver of the day, man. Has to be. Look, the only excitement was Perez versus Alonso. That's the only excitement there. I'm sorry to say this. That was the only excitement. There's nothing more special about it. Nah, I cannot give credit to Perez because Perez has the car to do what he needs to do to get past Alonso. All advantages was given to Perez and he cannot pass Alonso. That is inexcusable. I'm sorry to say, there is no excuse, bro. There is no excuse. You could see how hungry Alonso is for third place. Perez is in a car that can do second place. If he can't beat Verstappen, he can do second place. He's not even hungry for third place the way that Alonso is hungry for third place. He does not deserve that position. That is why I'm happy Alonso kept that position. But not only does Alonso keep that position, he fought for it. He doesn't just deserve it. He battled hard for that position. Alonso battled so hard for that position. It's insane, man. It is insane how incredible. Like, trust me when I say this. Alonso, he's 40 years old. He can still destroy most of these guys. 40-year-old Alonso can destroy most of these drivers. Insane. Insane. I've always appreciated Alonso, especially since the start of this year. I could see Alonso was back, but damn, man. Insane. Insanity. Yeah, I think Red Bull was in full control. I do believe the fact that they didn't put on fastest lap of the race at the end. Dude, Alonso, insanity, dude. Insanity. Like, I went on board with both Alonso and Perez, and it is impossible for me to say who was first and who was second. It's like who was third place, who took third place, and who didn't take third place. It's impossible. There's too close to each other to call. According to Formula One's data, their analytical data and measurements and time measurements, they say that for sure Perez did not pass Alonso before that checkered line, which is great. I'm very happy that that's the final result. I'm very happy with that. Alonso, bro. Insane. Like, Alonso does not like, you would never imagine a 40-year-old guy would keep up with these guys, would keep up with all these young, talented, skilled drivers. Yeah, so Lando Norris is saying he's very happy with P2. That's the best that he could get. Absolutely, they wouldn't. Like, McLaren took that P2 and took it easily. Perez is supposed to take P2. He cannot. Perez cannot take P2. He doesn't want it. He's just not that type of guy. Man, it's insane for me to think what Alonso did to Perez, man. Alonso basically ended Perez's career. That's how I feel. I feel that Alonso ended Perez's career, showed him how pathetic he is. Alonso now on getting interviewed for third place. Alonso looks exhausted, man. He doesn't look that exhausted. He looks okay, actually. He's doing the interview normally. This is insane, man. Yeah, the way Alonso. So even when Perez passed him, Alonso said, "Buddy, I'm gonna pass you back because I know you do not want this position the way that I want it." He's just not that type of driver. Is life in the old dog yet? So now you see them talking to each other, Verstappen, Lando Norris, and Alonso. Alonso, 40 years old, and he's doing this, dude. To Perez in a Red Bull. Insane, man. They're watching the TV screen. I want to see the part where Alonso... This is insane, dude. Dude, they're not showing everything, so it's pretty boring. Dude, that is like Alonso, man, oh man. They need to get rid of Perez. I'm sorry to say this, Perez needs to get out. Get Perez out of that Red Bull. He is not worth it. He is not worth his paycheck. Perez is not like... I understand he's got a family, but give him a team where he can, get his paycheck. But Red Bull is for drivers that actually want to be the best that they can be. Thank you so much for joining this live stream. Like, that was insane how good Alonso was, man. Not only did Perez pass Alonso, but Alonso said, "You know what? You think you passed me, and that's it." He literally gave Perez false hope, because Perez doesn't have the passion, the drive, the motivation, the hunger that 40-year-old Alonso has. He doesn't even have that, dude. I'm sorry to say, Perez needs to retire from... He needs to get out of Red Bull team. That's all I'm saying, because they're wasting that second seat. They're wasting it. Thank you so much for joining this live stream. See you in the next live stream. Hopefully, Vegas. Hopefully I'll see you there, and hopefully I will be able to stream. Ciao for now.